Hello and welcome. Let's begin with a single, honest fact. Overthinking is silent, but it is destructive. Anger makes noise. Depression can shout. But overthinking quietly ruins your happiness from within. The most tragic part is this. Most people have no idea they are even doing it. They believe they are simply being smart or careful. They think they are being prepared. But that is not the truth. They are truly stuck, paralyzed, and lost in their minds. Why is this topic urgent right now? Our world today is loud and fast. It is extremely overstimulating. You open your phone to an instant flood of information. You face judgment, pressure, and comparison. You were already thinking about a friend's words from yesterday. Now you are thinking about a stranger's online post. Then the questions begin. What if my attempt fails? What if people do not like me? What if I say the wrong thing? What if my words yesterday were misunderstood? What if I let my chance slip away? Soon you find yourself sitting alone in your room. You are doing nothing, yet you feel mentally exhausted. It feels as if you just ran a marathon. This is the trap of overthinking. It drains all your energy. Your confidence is stolen. Your sleep is completely ruined. Your health is damaged. Worst of all, it prevents you from living your life. You overthink starting a YouTube channel. You overthink starting to speak in English. You overthink sending a message to a loved one. By the time the thoughts finally calm down, the moment has passed. Overthinking is a thief. If it is not stopped, your future will be quietly stolen. Why does this happen? We overthink because we crave control. We believe if we think long enough, the perfect solution will appear. But life does not offer perfect solutions. Life only offers you choices. You must either move or you will miss them. Overthinking is a lie that your brain tells you. It says that continued thinking will bring you safety. But fear is all it truly brings. So let's now discuss escaping this mental prison. This will not involve cheap tricks. We will use real, powerful solutions that change lives forever. This video is not just about stopping overthinking. Your English, your mindset, and your whole life will improve. Let us begin. Solution 1. Your mind tells lies. Let's start with the most powerful truth. Your own mind lies to you. This is not because it intends to cause you harm. It is trying to protect you, but in the wrong way. Your brain was not designed to create happiness. It was designed to ensure your survival. It will always get ready for danger, even if none exists. So your thoughts start to run wild. They did not reply to me. Perhaps they despise me. He gave me a strange look. Maybe I said something wrong. I failed one time. Perhaps I will always fail. I feel bad right now. So something bad must be coming. But this is all just noise. It is not the truth. It is simply fear. Here is the reality. You have no way of knowing what others think. The future is unknown to you. You do not know the outcome of something, but your mind pretends that it does. It invents false stories and then uses them to punish you. This is why the first step to ending overthinking is this. You must stop trusting every single thought. Thoughts are not always facts. Feelings are not always the truth. Your brain might be lying, but you do not have to believe it. You take your power back when you realize this. Let me share a true story with you. Harry Houdini was the world's greatest escape artist. He could get out of any prison cell, handcuffs, or chains. He once visited a small town and told the police this: "Lock me inside your most secure jail. I can escape within 30 minutes." They put him in the cell. Houdini was confident. He had performed this feat many times. He pulled a small tool from a hiding place in his belt. He began to work on the lock. He tried everything, but the lock did not budge. 30 minutes went by. Then an hour passed. He grew tired, angry, and was sweating. He finally gave up. When he leaned on the door, it swung open. The door was never locked at all. It had only been closed. But because Houdini thought it was locked, he behaved as if it was. The lesson is that overthinking operates the same way. Your mind tells you, "I am unable to do it. I will surely fail. They do not like me. I am not good enough." So you make no attempt to move. You do not try to speak. But like Houdini, a lie has trapped you. The door is not locked. You are not stuck. You are not weak. Your mind is just telling you a false story. Your thoughts are not always real. Do not allow a lie to run your life. Push the door. Break the thought. Your freedom is on the other side. Solution 2. Catch the storm before it grows large. Overthinking does not start with an explosion. It starts as a faint whisper. A small, quiet thought appears in your mind. You pay it no attention. Then it returns. And it comes again. It develops arms, legs, a body, and a voice. Soon, it is screaming inside your head. And you feel completely powerless. The only way to end this cycle is by catching it early. As soon as you notice the overthinking, say this: "This is not helping me. I am solving nothing. I am stuck. I must stop now." That single sentence acts like a sword. It cuts directly through the noise. It is like halting a train before it gains full speed. The longer you remain in the thought, the trap gets deeper. Imagine you message someone and get no reply. Thought 1, maybe they are busy. Thought 2, maybe I am being ignored. Thought 3, maybe they are upset with me. Thought 4, what did I do wrong? Thought 5, why does this always occur? Thought 6, you feel pain, guilt, and anxiety. And the truth? They were simply asleep. That is all. But your brain created an entire movie. That is why the first thought is everything. You must interrupt the spiral before it starts. Solution 3. Empty your brain before it overflows. Have you ever watched a cup overflow with water? You pour and pour until it spills everywhere. Your brain does this when thoughts are not released. They just stack on top of each other. Soon there is no more space left. You suddenly feel heavy without knowing the reason. So the solution is this: write your thoughts down. Get a pen and a notebook. Write exactly what is on your mind. It does not need to be perfect. No one else will read it. It is just for you. Let your brain breathe. Thoughts are very loud inside your head, but on paper, they become quiet. Write down your thoughts. Write why you think they are important. Write what you fear. Write your desired outcome. Once your thoughts are out, you will feel something strange. You will feel lighter. You will feel clearer. This is because you are no longer a prisoner of your own noise. This is more than just journaling. It is a mental detox. It is a tool for survival. If your thoughts are not expressed, they will manifest. They will become stress, anxiety, and illness. So you must let them out. Your peace is buried underneath them. Solution 4. The phrase, "what if?" does not exist. Let's be direct. Most overthinking starts with those two words. What if? What if I fail? What if I am abandoned? What if I make a fool of myself? What if I am never successful? What if it all goes wrong? Here lies the problem. You are living in a future that has not happened. It is a future that may never occur. You are feeling pain from a non-existent event. You feel rejection from a conversation that never took place. You feel anxiety from a future built from your imagination. This is why "what if" is the most dangerous question. It creates films inside your head. It makes you believe they are real. For instance, a student wants to speak English to a group. His mind begins to scream at him. What if they make fun of me? What if I forget a word? What if my accent is terrible? What if they consider me unintelligent? Now, stop. What has actually happened? Absolutely nothing. He has not even spoken yet. But he has already failed in his own mind. He has failed not once, but 10 times. So he remains quiet. His confidence slowly dies. Over time, his dream dies too. That is the power of "what if?" So here is the reality. What if is not your friend. What if is not your future. What if is not your reality. It is just your fear disguised as a question. The "what if" does not exist. Do not let it run a life that is ready to start. Solution 5. Say your thoughts out loud. Overthinking gets its power by staying hidden. It whispers inside your head. Your mind repeats it like background music. But a strange trick can destroy its power. Say the thought aloud. Speak it into existence. Literally say, "I believe my boss dislikes me. I feel that I am going to fail this exam. I think that nobody loves me." Now, pause and truly listen. When you speak the thought, it sounds small. It sounds weak, irrational, and even silly. This happens because your brain is emotional, but your voice is logical. Let's use an example. You are thinking, "What if my job application is rejected?" You then say it aloud. "I think I will be rejected." Now your brain responds, "Okay, and what is the consequence if that happens?" You answer, "I will feel sad for a while, but I will just try again." Suddenly, the fear is much smaller. The storm has become calmer. Why does this work? Speaking a thought moves it from the emotional brain. It travels to the logical part of your brain. It transforms into something you can manage. You can control it and understand it. So try this next time you are in a mental loop. Step 1. Speak the thought. Step 2. Listen to how it actually sounds. Step 3. Ask, Is this truly worth all this fear? The answer, in most cases, will be no. The thought is never as scary as the silence that surrounds it. Solution 6. Stop the pursuit of perfection. Let's be honest. One major cause of overthinking is chasing perfection. People want to say the perfect thing. They want to look the perfect way. They want to make the perfect choice. They want the perfect plan and the perfect outcome. The result is they do nothing. This is because nothing ever feels quite right. The pressure to be perfect is heavier than the fear of failure. Let's consider an example. A girl wants to launch her own YouTube channel. She has ideas and passion. She has a story she wants to share. But then she thinks, what if my background is not good enough? What if my English is not flawless? What if my voice is not liked by people? What if I make a mistake? So she waits for the right time. One day turns into 1 month. 1 month turns into 1 year. Her dream dies while she waited to be perfect. But the truth is this: perfection is just fear wearing a beautiful mask. People are not drawn to perfect. They are drawn to what is real. Real words, real stories, and real effort create connection. People connect with real growth. No one achieved greatness by being perfect. They achieved greatness by starting. So you must kill the idea of perfection. Choose progress instead. Done is always better than perfect. The world needs you, not a perfect version of you. Solution 7. Move your body immediately. Do not let a thought take complete control. When a thought comes, your first instinct is to sit with it. You want to analyze it and figure it out, so the thinking continues. But here is a truth most people do not know. Thinking harder does not produce answers. It only produces exhaustion. Overthinking is not a measure of intelligence. It is a sign of mental traffic, and you cannot move when traffic is too heavy. You simply get stuck. Now, listen very carefully. Your body has a direct connection to your brain. How you sit, stand, and move has an effect on your feelings. When you overthink, your body often becomes still. You freeze in place. Your muscles get tight. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your face tenses up. Without you even knowing, your body goes into survival mode. You are now trapped inside your head, and your body has joined in on the fear. That is why moving your body is the fastest escape. It is not about exercise. It is not about burning calories. It is because motion interrupts emotion. Here is how to do it. Stand up and simply walk around the room. Step outside to feel the air. Do some jumping jacks. Clean a small area. Wash your face with water. Stretch out your arms and legs. Jump up and down for 10 seconds. It seems very simple, but it can change your life. When your body moves, your focus shifts. Your brain stops its downward spiral. You begin to breathe more deeply. You become aware of what is around you. You return to the present moment. Imagine someone on their bed, worrying for hours. Why did they not call me? What if I ruined everything? What if this pain never leaves? Now imagine they get up and play some music. They start to organize their desk. 5 minutes later, they might not be smiling, but they are no longer drowning. The storm inside has slowed down. That is the power that movement holds. Do not just sit there and drown in your thoughts. Stand up and break the pattern. When your body leads the way, the mind will follow. Solution 8. Replace thinking with action. Take one tiny step at a time. Overthinking thrives on confusion. It is fed by indecision. It tells you that you are not ready. It says you need more time. It urges you to think just a little longer. But here is the harsh truth. You do not need more thinking. You need movement. You need momentum. Your brain can create 100 problems, but it can only solve one at a time. That solution comes when you A-C-T. Let's say you want to start speaking English. You think, what if I use the wrong word? What if others laugh at me? What if I just freeze up? So you plan and prepare. You overthink the situation. And then you do nothing. Here is a better approach. Forget about perfection. Forget about approval. Forget about the future. Just do one tiny thing. Speak a single sentence out loud. Record one voice note on your phone. Write one line in your journal. One small action is stronger than 1,000 perfect thoughts. It teaches your brain something important. We are not here to be scared. We are here to move forward. The longer you remain seated, the more fear grows. But the moment you act, the fear loses its power. Let's say you want a new job, but overthink the email. You worry about the resume and the perfect sentence. Instead, just open your laptop. Write the very first line. Then save it as a draft. That is all for today. Tomorrow, you can write the second line. That is how overthinking is defeated. It is done with one small movement at a time. You do not have to finish the whole race today. You just need to take the first step. Now, solution 9. Limit your time for decisions. Clarity is found in action, not in delay. Many people think that time will bring them clarity, so they wait when they feel confused. They wait for the ideal moment. They wait for some kind of sign. They wait until everything feels absolutely perfect. But time does not always lead to peace. Sometimes, time only leads to more confusion. You begin with a single question. Should I send them a message or not? An hour goes by. Then 3 hours pass. You have now written and deleted 5 drafts. Your heart is pounding. You feel more stressed than before. That is the poison of delaying your decisions. The brain dislikes uncertainty, so it continues to analyze and question. It just keeps circling the issue. But clarity is not found in longer thinking. Clarity is found in faster choices and later adjustments. So what is the solution? Set yourself a time limit. Tell yourself, I have 10 minutes to make a choice. Then I will move forward. This is not because you are careless. It is because you want peace of mind. For example, you are overthinking a new opportunity. Set a timer for yourself. Ask, what do I truly want? What is the worst that could happen? Will this choice help me move forward? Then you must decide. Not tomorrow and not next week. Decide now. Peace does not come from perfect decisions. Peace comes from making chosen ones. Even a 70% certain decision brings more calm. It is better than a 100% overthought delay. Make your choice. Move. Adjust later if you must. But do not sit in the fire waiting for fear to vanish. Solution 10. Focus on what you can control. Let go of everything else. Overthinking is often caused by trying to control things, We try to control the future, people, and outcomes. We want to control everything. But the truth is, you cannot. You cannot control the thoughts of others. You cannot control who stays or leaves. You cannot control your past. You cannot control what happens next month. So why suffer over things you do not control? Instead, shift all your energy. Focus it on what you do control, your actions, your responses, and your breath, your habits, and your focus. Imagine this situation. You send a message. There has been no reply. You think, why did they not answer? Are they angry with me? Should I say, I am sorry? Should I send another message? But can you control their mood? Can you possibly read their mind? No. So you just breathe. You go for a walk. You continue on with your day. You do your work. You clean your room. You learn something new. Your power is in the present, not in their inbox. Here is the rule to follow. If it is beyond your control, it is beyond your stress. Let the storm outside go. Build your peace inside. That is not a sign of weakness. That is a sign of strength. Peace does not come from fixing everything. Peace comes from focusing on what is important. It comes from letting the rest go. Solution 11. Accept that you will not be liked by everyone. One of the main reasons people overthink is this. They care too much about the opinions of others. They constantly worry. Did I say the wrong thing? Do they think that I am strange? Maybe I appeared foolish in that video. Why was I not invited? Maybe they do not like me anymore. This pain is very real and heavy. Every human being wants to feel accepted. We want to feel liked, respected, loved, and understood. But a hard truth can bring you peace. Not everyone will like you. They are not supposed to. And that is perfectly okay. Even the kindest person in the world has people who dislike them. The most beautiful and talented people have critics. You are not here on this earth to please everyone. The more you try to be liked by all, you lose yourself. You become a stranger to who you really are. You hide your true voice. You change your personality. You shrink your biggest dreams. You say yes when you really want to say no, and this is the result. You do not feel loved. You just feel exhausted. You do not feel accepted. You just feel fake. The worst part is you overthink every single word and action. But when you accept this truth, something changes. When you accept that some people will misunderstand you, when you accept they will dislike or reject you, something beautiful happens. You are finally free. You can speak with more courage. You can walk with more confidence. You can finally breathe again. You are no longer trying to be a different person. Remember this always. You do not need the approval of everyone. You only need to like yourself. You were not born to impress other people. You were born to express yourself. So stop replaying that moment in your head. Stop trying to explain your every single move. Stop wondering if they approve of you. Instead, ask yourself a better question. Do I like the person I am becoming? That answer will be your guide to peace. Solution 12. Let perfection go. Progress is a more powerful force. Another silent killer of peace is the need to be perfect. People tell themselves, I cannot start this until it is perfect. I cannot speak English until my grammar is 100% correct. I cannot upload the video until it looks professional. I cannot apply for the job until my resume is perfect. And what is the result? They wait and wait and wait. During this waiting period, time is lost. Opportunities are lost. Confidence is lost. The dream itself begins to fade. This is not because they failed. It is because they never started. Perfection is not your real goal. It is your prison. Perfection tells you that you are never ready. It says you are not good enough yet. It warns that you will embarrass yourself. But here is what nobody ever tells you. Progress is the thing that builds greatness. Every confident speaker was once very unsure. Every successful creator's first videos were terrible. Every skilled writer produced terrible pages at first. But they all kept moving. They all kept learning. They chose action instead of anxiety. Let me give you a truth to remember always. Done is much better than perfect. Starting is much better than waiting. Imperfect action is better than perfect hesitation. So today, if your mind says it is not perfect yet, answer it. I am not here to be perfect. I am here to be real. I am here to grow. Let go of all this pressure. You have permission to be messy. You have permission to be learning. You are allowed to show up even when you are not ready. You will grow by doing, not by thinking. Solution 13. Speak the thought out loud and expose the lie. Overthinking is strong because it stays inside your head. Nobody else can hear it there. It whispers, "You are not good enough." They are all judging you right now. You will fail again, just like last time. But here is what occurs when you say that thought aloud. It begins to sound weaker, smaller, and less real. Let's say you are thinking, "I am a total failure. I am completely worthless." Now say those words out loud. I believe I am a failure. Now stop for a moment. Ask yourself, is that statement true? Is it really? Is there any proof of that, or is this just my fear talking? By simply speaking the thought, you can question it. You shift from pure emotion to awareness. You move from blind belief to clarity. This is powerful for one simple reason. Most of your thoughts are exaggerated, but you do not realize it. You never actually hear them with your ears. Speaking the thought brings it into the light. It forces you to confront it. It gives you the chance to replace it. So here's a practical tip for you. Next time you overthink, say this. Okay, I will speak this thought out loud. Then ask yourself, is this thought helping me? Is this thought kind to me? Is this thought even true? If the answer to those is no, then release it. Replace it with a better, kinder thought. I am learning new things. I am growing every day. I have survived worse than this. I can handle this situation. When your inner voice becomes kind, overthinking fades. Solution 14. Look at the facts, not just feelings. Overthinkers often place too much trust in their emotions. They feel nervous, so they believe something bad will happen. They feel guilty, so they think they did something wrong. They feel afraid, so they assume danger is close. But emotions are not always accurate. They are just signals, not the absolute truth. Let's use an example. A student completes an English speaking test. He feels terrible afterward. He says, "I completely messed up. I was so nervous. I am sure that I failed." But the fact is, he answered 90% of the questions. He used very good vocabulary. He continued to speak even after making a mistake. The facts show that he performed well. The feeling says that he failed. Which one of these is true? The facts are true. Your emotions are important. But during overthinking, emotions become wild. They become exaggerated. They make you see things that are not there. That is why you must pause and ask this. What do I know for sure? What is the actual truth here? Not just the fear. Imagine you text a person. They do not reply for several hours. You begin to feel ignored. You begin to feel rejected. But the fact is they were asleep. They were busy. They were offline. That is why overthinking stops with evidence. You must look at evidence, not just emotion. So next time you feel panic, shame, or fear, pause. Say to yourself, what are the actual facts here? That single question can save you from hours of anxiety. Solution 15. Do not be afraid to ask for help. You are not weak. You are human. Overthinking is usually a private struggle. You sit in silence. You put on a smile for others. You say, I am doing fine. But inside, you are in a storm of thoughts. You cry when you are alone. You overthink every single conversation. You replay every mistake you have made. You worry constantly about the future. You question your own worth, but you never say a word about it. You remain quiet because you think they will not understand. You think, I do not want to be a bother. I should handle this on my own. I will look weak if I ask for help. And this silence becomes your prison. You carry all of this pain by yourself. But your shoulders were not made to hold so much weight alone. So here is a truth you must hear. Hear it clearly, gently, and deeply. Asking for help does not make you weak. It makes you wise. It makes you brave. It makes you human. Even the strongest people sometimes fall. Even the happiest people sometimes cry. Even the most successful people struggle. Nobody makes it through life alone. No one is supposed to. Imagine this scenario. You are walking lost in a forest. You have no signal and no direction. You hear someone else nearby. You see them, and they know the way out. They have walked this path before. Would you choose to stay silent? Would you suffer longer just to appear strong? No. You would ask them, can you help me find my way? That is what asking for help is like. It is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is saying, I care more about my future than my pride. It could be a friend, a teacher, or a family member. It could be a therapist or a stranger who listens. Speak. Reach out. Let someone hear the storm inside your mind. Sometimes one conversation can change everything. One reply, one moment of connection. It can stop a lifetime of quiet suffering, even if they do not have the answers you need. The act of speaking itself lightens your burden. You are not alone. You are never alone. You were never meant to fight all your battles in silence. Help is not far from you. But you must take the first step. Say these words. I am struggling. I need some support. I do not want to go through this alone anymore. You will be surprised by how many people genuinely care. And even if nobody listens, I will say this to you now. You are strong. You are important. You are not broken. You're just overwhelmed. And that is okay. I believe in your healing. I believe in your courage. And I believe in your future. So please take that step. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be heard. Let yourself be helped, because you matter. So you have now heard it all. 15 powerful, real, and human ways to stop overthinking. This was not fake advice or cheap tips. It was deep emotional truth written just for you, not for a crowd. As you watched this video, something important occurred. You did not just learn how to stop this pattern. You did something much more valuable. You began a journey back to yourself. You remembered that thoughts are not always facts. You remembered your fears are not the future. You remembered your mind is not your enemy. You remembered your life does not belong to the past. And even more, you took another step toward greatness. Because on this channel, your English does not just improve. You do not just learn grammar rules. You do not just listen to random sentences. Here, you learn how to heal. You learn how to grow. You learn to become the strongest version of yourself. And you learn it all in English, step by step, word by word, and day by day. So if this video resonated with you, if even one small part was helpful, if you felt seen, understood, or supported, then please do not keep it to yourself. Share it with others. Comment below. Let someone else know they are not alone. And most importantly, subscribe. Do it not for me, but for you. Because this is your space and your story. Your journey has only just begun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for feeling. And thank you for choosing healing instead of silence. Now go and live your life. Not inside your thoughts, but inside your truth. You are free now. You are not your overthinking anymore. This is your new beginning.